everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fun, a podcast where we take fun very seriously. It's me, it's Dan, your Chuckle King. And I came prepared today because Nathan's like, I have an idea for an episode. Get the Chuckle Wizard, he sent me a telepathic message with his wizard powers, and he's like, things are happening in Vegas, baby. And I was like, what? They are? He's like, yeah. So I found a guy to talk to you about some bears. And I misread the text. It turns out he didn't say that. It turns out he says he found Guy to talk to us about some Vegas scares. So I came bear prepared.
Yeah.
But in a not nice twist, at least I'm a villain bear, so spooky bear.
Yeah, sure. No, when we talk about Vegas bears, I'm bringing Dave Cobb on again. So that's the plan there.
I should have, with the context clues, I should have figured out
that
it wasn't going to be about the bears in Vegas.
But you're absolutely right, Dan. It's Vegas, baby. Luck be a lady tonight. Hey,
whoa.
It's where the chairman of the board is from, as well as a big Wizard of Oz.
Do you wear that like with a suit? Do you like wear? Is that like a functional prop?
Sure. Yeah, it's
like
a hat from my local the hat store from where I was born. Well, not born, but where I lived my whole life. It says it on it. Has the dead man's name in it still. Bert Parr, thanks for your hat. Luck be a lady tonight. Hey. So we're all set.
The man who made it is dead, or the man you stole it off of?
The man who has, what's that thing where you have an imprint where like you would punch it out, you would like hit it and it would like push through the tape. No, like it was kind of like label. It's label making, but it's like old school label making, and it just says his name, Bert Parr, as if he would have lost it in a place with dames, and they've been like,
maybe he lost it in a handa pokey. And in the old Vegas,
you know how it is.
I don't know. Anyway,
Vegas, baby.
Let's get to our guest, because it is not a guy, it's the guy. It's the one and only guy. It's Guy Selga, our man on the street in Southwest North America, United States. It's a very specific region, but he's doing everything there.
Yes.
Venturing into all things Vegas as it slowly dies. Guy, welcome to the podcast. Welcome for being one of the few people left in Vegas still throwing money into the system to keep the McDonald's open.
It's good to be back. I live in Vegas part-time kind of, because that's where my girlfriend and her son live, so I'm there quite a bit.
Hey, nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. So, obviously I'm able to work from anywhere most of the time, so it works out. And it's just a short 4-hour drive, so.
Yeah, Vegas, I realized, is just like the Orlando of the West Coast. It's just like a hot place for you guys to escape to.
Yeah.
Most of us, we go to Orlando, in New York and Pennsylvania, but it's just a 3 or 4 hour flight. For you, it's a 3-4 hour drive, and you're someplace uncomfortable and commercial.
And dry, your nose bleeds and everything. It's great.
Yes. Compared to Florida, where you're just moist all day from the humidity, in Vegas, you are dry, your throat is dry, your eyes are dry, and your skin is bleeding, and
You still get that cigarette. You still are getting secondhand smoke from the 1960s just dripping out of furniture you sit on.
Absolutely, yes.
It's a brilliant
thing. That bad? Is it that drying?
Oh, yes.
But most of the year, it's horrible, especially during the winter. Oh,
has Vegas just evolved into like a boomer town? Is it just boomers that go to Vegas? Like, who are the client? Who's going to Vegas these days?
I've read this agenda. Dan is very anti-Vegas. You can tell in this agenda.
I just haven't been in a minute, and I don't gamble really. I don't I don't know how to play. Someone told me
you're a YouTuber. That's like a gamble enough.
Sure, yeah. I already risk my life every day. I don't need to go to a casino. So yeah, I want to, Vegas to me is weird because it's like races no one's allowed to watch. We have like abominations regularly rolling in through the sphere. Meow Wolf has like some parallel universe built into it. It's just, and now Universal has a haunted house there. What is Vegas, Guy? What is it?
Yeah, Vegas is really interesting these days because the clientele Vegas clearly wants and is trying to exclusively cater to is just young, hot men and women who want to go to day pool parties and listen to DJs. But then what it seems like it actually gets is still a surprisingly large amount of families going to the M&M store.
There aren't many, just statistically speaking, There's not enough young hot men, and Hollister and Abercrombie have crumbled. Have you been to a mall lately?
Right. Yeah.
Like
those
we've
were the
lost
incubators.
It.
That's where we used to make hot people. And they're
We're
gone.
airing, like, being obese is hot now. I need someone to cater to where obese people can hang out by the pool and set. Yeah. Well, I guess that's Disney World, but like Vegas is they've lost the vision. It used to be Middle America, like bring your fat hairy gut to Vegas and leave.
Wear your gold chain.
Yeah, And now you go and it's everything's nickel and diming. You pay $55 a night for resort fees on top of your regular hotel fee.
What is a resort fee, Guy? Tell me what it is.
Well,
Explain it. Justify it to me.
If you read the fine print, you're paying for the resort amenities. So it will say you are paying for the ability to make local phone calls on your hotel room thing, but then also actually useful stuff like use the Wi-Fi and use the pool and stuff like that. But wouldn't you think that would just mean you are paying your regular hotel rate, $200 a night to stay at the Wynn or whatever?
It also includes access to the electric lock that opens the door to your room. It's just little things like that the resort. Without that, how would you get into your room? If you couldn't use the resort amenities, such as electric locks.
And then on top of all that, about, I guess, maybe 15 years ago now, they started charging for parking, because before it was just parking was free everywhere, and that was the norm. And now you cannot park for free anywhere on the Strip. Maybe there's one hotel, I think Treasure Island is maybe still free, but
it feels like it used to be like, come here, we have free stuff.
Yeah.
And if all things... Like Disney, used to do it and it all went away because of all the FOMO and stuff, but there was actually like a nostalgic product to offer. Vegas is like a succubus. And so if you don't, to start charging for everything takes away, it's like, it makes the succubus be like, hey, I'm a succubus. Come on over here.
Well, I'm in my 40s now, but in my dirtbag 20s with my friends, we would roll to Vegas because it's something that dirtbag 20-year-olds could afford back then. You'd go and you get your $8.99 buffet and stay
unlimited drinks at the penny slots and
stay at Circus Circus for $30 a night, and you know that's all mostly gone. There's still some deals, I don't know. So now, with my partner living there, we really don't go to the Strip at all unless we're entertaining friends who are from out of town. We stick to some of the local casinos, not even necessarily to gamble, but that's where you can still get a burger for $5.99.
Right. Yeah, it's a cheap diner. Well,
I like how we're complaining that Vegas, it is too expensive and cheats you out of money. It's literally a town founded by gangsters. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's the whole point. It is the whole point. I have to ask Guy, what is if someone's coming to town, I guess the in-laws, they are from Vegas, like their daughter's in Vegas, so they're not. But like if someone's coming to town, you're like, oh, we gotta show them a good time, baby. Yeah. What are you doing? Give me a good night out for because I know you're a Disneyland boy, so I want to know like what's Guy's night out on the town.
I know exactly what I'm going to say. Okay, so I'm going to start you off at the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
My favorite thing in all of Vegas. They have.
Do you have a promo code for the Pinball Hall of Fame to get?
I wish.
At this point, right?
No, they're actually a nonprofit organization, and most of the pinball machines are 25 cents per play.
Amazing.
Whoa, get out of town.
Yeah, and they have.
I love that.
They span the history, so they have the old analog machines all the way up until the very modern, just released stuff. So yeah, that's really cool.
Caveman pinball with like goat balls and like sticks and stuff.
But yeah, like you said though, being theme park pilled so hard. I'm going to take you to the Lake of Dreams at the Wynn, because that's where every half hour starting at dusk they have crazy animatronic water shows. A big frog with a fedora pops out and starts singing standards. Another one, a space lady flies around while David Bowie cover plays. So love that. It's like a mini World of Color kind of.
Wow.
That's trippy.
How did that get out of the early...
Wait, World of Color does not have robots. I just want to say, there are no. Wait. So let's just. There's actual animatronic. There's like Walt animatronics standing up, leaning off their desks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm confused how it got out of the early 2000s, because that was like everywhere you went in Vegas, there was some animatronic and they all went away. They're all gone.
Well, I'll tell you how. It was Steve Wynn at the height of his power before he got ultra canceled. and he could do whatever he wanted. Any vanity project was on the table. He was actually working on his biggest vanity project ever, and that's saying a lot, right before he got canceled. And he was going to
now
tear
it's just
out
the Trump presidency. That's his vanity project.
He was going to tear out the golf course behind the Wynn and Encore, which makes them like $10 million a year or $20 million a year, something crazy like that. He was going to tear out this golf course, and he was going to build a marina with a boardwalk and have a carousel and other amusement things like that. And one of the things was going to be a giant animatronic King Kong. And they actually did begin deconstruction on the golf course when he got canceled. And then the next CEO, his first thing was to cancel all that and rebuild the golf course.
Wow, that's true power. That is essentially Epcot. I just want to let everybody know.
Yeah.
That was Walt's version of Epcot.
Yeah.
Hey, is Steve Wynn bizarro Walt Disney? Is he like? Is he?
I think he might be.
Like, he doesn't have a mustache, right? Like, usually
Right.
the evil person has the mustache,
Right.
but it's like interesting.
And, I
hadn't
mean,
thought about that.
if you really look back at his, and this is not trying to defend him in any way to what he was accused and tried of or whatever.
Of course
but
not.
He was a visionary.
Guy's a
that
huge
changed-
Steve Wynn fan, though. I mean, right up to the point.
No, he was.
I loved all of
that-
Harvey Weinstein's early films, if you know what I mean.
He was a visionary that changed Vegas forever with the
Yeah.
Mirage and putting big attractions that were eye-catching and free. Think of that, and then the
Yeah.
Bellagio with the big Bellagio fountain, which is still
Yeah.
one of the most popular things in Vegas. But yeah,
Well, it was like that weird, like, those things, if you look back and you really think about it, they're like the magic trick at the magic shop counter that like gets you in the door to then spend $700 on magic
Right.
tricks.
Yeah.
So it's like it just makes sense. Why did we stop doing cool stuff like this?
Yeah,
like
now-
why do we take all the robots out of Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Like
now all the new hotels, I coined the phrase generic nice. All the new hotels are just they are technically very nice, marble floors and smooth walls and
White Castle. They White Castle.
Yeah, but there's no soul to them. There's no character to them. They, there's these two resorts that open on the North End of the Strip, Resorts World and Fontainebleau, and every day I've opened their doors. They're open 24 hours, but you know what I mean. Every day
Sure.
they open their doors and they just lose $200,000 a day every single day of the year, because they cost so much money to build. They're so opulent, but not really many people go to them. They're completely desperate to get customers, and they're just not getting it. And now the economy is going down. So,
Wow.
Great. Perfect.
Wow. And then of all things, while we're here, let's build a Halloween Horror House Night
Yes.
attraction right in the middle of this desolate, dying
Well,
town.
I mean, okay, so we're gonna have some interesting conversations here today about this thing,
Yeah.
because there's this weird era of, like, was it Merlin's Table or something, and Star Trek: The Experience, and like we've done this before in Vegas. Like,
Right.
this is not the first time we've attempted this, but
Right.
it is always sort of like at the down curve when things get a little cheaper to manage, when themed entertainment swoops in and like tries to make an
Right.
impact.
Right.
So,
right. And I also want to say, as a full disclaimer before we talk about this, that these things are very hard to make, very hard to put on.
Yeah.
And there were artists and people that were brought in who did really cool stuff. The disappointment, I think, that a lot of themed entertainment people feel this day and age as we begin to criticize this thing lovingly. I mean, I'm sure Guy is angry because he spent I'm reading here up to $2,700 on a VIP experience package. Not that you
I
did,
did
but I'm
not.
just saying
I-
the
yeah.
possible
Some
ticket
people did.
price.
Yeah.
But to say that, like, I get that these things, like, artists made them, but like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, all these companies are now run by the finance bros. Like, they are finance first companies looking to make good margins. And like, that is the death of art. So of the finance bros have been the death of art. So I say all that to say, I bet this thing could have been the coolest thing that ever like rocked the face of Vegas.
Right.
And I'm sure it turned into, well, this is the easiest way to execute this or whatever. And that's sometimes disappointing. So let's first and foremost, Guy, like, I don't even understand the history of this. Why Vegas? Why did they pick Vegas? Do you know why Vegas?
I think so it's in this now sprawling entertainment complex called Area 15, which is most famous for the home of the Las Vegas location of Meow Wolf, and their Omega Mart, which is like a surreal grocery store leading
Right.
into crazy art installation kind of thing. And all the different Meow Wolves, they take local artists that can bring kind of the vibe and the twist of the area into the installation. So, and I love Meow Wolf and Omega Mart. So they have a huge expansion to this already gigantic Area 15, and it's called Zone 2. And it's the normal retail and dining, and then there's also a big escape room, and they got an actual 747, and they put like a nightclub inside it as part of this. So you drive up to the Universal Horror and you see like a 747 just sitting there jutting out of the building. So yeah, I don't know the exact history, but it seems like Universal wanted to expand on their local offerings, such as the Kids Resort in Texas, and now the second Universal Horror Unleashed in Chicago. So it seemed to be like a perfect match. And Vegas,
is the Chicago location running? And
it's not up yet, but they have the location. It's a former Chicago Tribune printing facility.
Wow. Interesting.
It sounds like they got it for cheap, and you got to assume they got some good.
Okay,
tax
so
breaks.
I am understanding now a little bit more that they are trying to turn this big building into like Vegas indoor Disneyland. Come here, these all immersive things. Immersion is the new luxury. They might have even been drawn in some way financially by Vegas to like build out this thing or whatever. So I get it. I understand why Vegas now. No, but like what did you like? Are you a Horror Nights like? Do you do them out in Hollywood? Like, has this been a thing you've done in the past in the actual Universal parks?
So I've done a couple of the Knott's Halloween haunts and the Universal thing. I'm not like a hardcore fan, but I am definitely an appreciator of Halloween and spooky and horror. But I didn't. For example, there's a character associated with Halloween Horror Nights that I kind of just found out about like a year ago is the clown Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he's a big part of this whole Halloween Horror Night lore, and the fans seem to love him and stuff.
Yeah.
But going into here, they just kind of assume that everybody knows and loves Jack, and he's like a big part of the common area before you go into the haunted houses. Or
Sure.
I think this is a good like take though, because I would say you are going to be. It feels like they made this for diehards, but honestly, the majority of people that are going to show up are maybe. You're probably on like the top level edge of that group, right? Of like awareness and appreciation.
It feels like they maybe rolled. Did they roll the dice on the crossover of Orlando and Vegas tourism?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Horror Nights, by and large, found success in the fact that it tied into your existing vacation, for Orlando, or like Hollywood, it was an offering for locals. And like even in Orlando, it is 1,000% an offering for locals. I mean, like Orlando Halloween Horror Nights is a local hangout before and foremost anything. Like truly, all those weird gothy teens, they're living their lives there, wearing their baggy pants and with their zippers and their straps and whatever they have. Is
this 2015? What are you talking about? Hot Topic
they're still doing it.
Hot Topic's
They're
got
still
like
doing
Hello
it.
Kitty now. What do you?
They don't. Well, Hot Topic's closed. The mall's gone. But now the kids are still ordering it off of Amazon.
Oh, that's
but
good to know.
It's just like
God bless you, goths.
I feel it's kind of weird that they should have maybe offered something more along the lines of Omega Mart in terms of like, here's a big different take on something we've done before that is going to be more appealing than the very specific audience that already has this. It's in their year. They save for it. They're excited for it. Yeah. It's this thing. So interesting. Okay. So what did you expect to find? Just mazes?
So first of all, in terms of being trying to appeal to the mass market, I think they are kind of trying, because one of the mazes is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right. The other one is Exorcist, and then the other one is Universal Monsters. And like, this is a little tangent. I love the classic Universal Monsters, right? And I think a lot of people do. But I feel like Universal as a company tries to make them out as being as famous as Mickey Mouse.
Oh, sure.
And as well known. but I feel like the general public maybe doesn't have as much awareness now of, they'll know Frankenstein exists, right? But do they really know?
But they more know the Hotel Transylvania version of Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the
Yeah. But so yeah, and then also in doing research before I went to the event, because I just wanted to get up to speed, I guess. There's several props in the common area. There's a bunch of shelves of masks, and then there's like one of those game spinning wheels that you'd see on like a game show. And so, apparently these are all old masks from old haunts. And the spinning wheel game show thing is from an original commercial from decades ago for Halloween Horror Nights. So the Halloween Horror Nights fans are super hyped about this, and I love little nerdy theme park stuff and references, But again,
so it's Hard Rock in a way where there's like artifact displays,
right? Yeah, but for someone like me, I didn't know what
without
they
a lot
were.
of brand connection, right?
Yeah.
Because same with me, I don't know we're at Halloween 27 or something, we're deep, and there has been a lot of lore, and like I said, it is a very Orlando local kind of thing, or it's weird. It's weird. It is weird. It's weird. It's like doing a Chupacabra house in a Jersey Devil house in LA. It's like the Jersey what?
Yeah.
It's like
So I had that just very baseline knowledge of these props and things, and then my girlfriend had none of this. So we're just kind of walking around, and I really respect anyone who is able to be a professional artist and make things happen.
Hey, and it's the first this is the first time anyone's really tried something like
right.
It's really easy to shit on stuff like this without that foreknowledge, and I'm glad we're trying really hard on it, because Wright Brothers people were like, yeah, it doesn't work.
I will acknowledge that, but we're also 6 theme parks deep. 7, 8, 9. This is their job. This is they are swimming in the data on what sells, what people turn out to. They know. And they're not trying to do this this Band-Aid Texas where they literally are licensing out their theme park knowledge for another company to build.
If any company knew how to do this, it should have been Universal.
Right. This is like Walt Disney being like, come to Vegas, I'm going to personally teach you how to draw Mickey Mouse, and then you show up and it's some guy named Greg and he's teaching you how to draw Goofy. It's just like where did the lines get crossed? That's all.
So my point I was making with all that, all respect to the artists, there are some very cool things in this whole experience. Very, very cool. Some very cool art direction and some quality things. But then there's some other things that, honestly, they just look like kind of Spirit Halloween props. Just like an old barrel with a corpse cut in half that's just kind of sitting there.
Having something like that in a well-lit cafeteria. Yeah. Why did we? What? Who? What?
And I just want to preface all this. I am looking at all this through the lens of paying $86 per person, and that's with Nevada resident discount. If you're going almost any time for the rest of the year, it's up to $99 to get in. Okay.
Okay.
So
99 ahead.
Yeah.
So with VIP, Nathan pulled it up here. With VIP experience packages up to $2,750.
Right. So we got general admission pass, just basic general admission. There's two types of general admission. There's the one-time access for each maze, and then for I think $20 or $30 more, you can get unlimited access to each maze or haunted house, whatever you want to call them. What would you like me to refer to these things as? Haunted
houses, I guess.
Okay,
that's the nomenclature,
mazes,
right?
Okay. Houses, I don't know.
Houses, I think, is what they generally call them.
So,
hey, I just want to say this VIP package ain't bad. It ain't bad.
It's 6 people, but it's still
6 people. That's $600. You get a personal server that follows you around all night. You get $450 in food credit. You get a bottle service of 2 standard bottles for all of your mixers. It's like Well, I guess we could, Becky and I, the girls can get together. We could do this. This would be a weekend,
It's a bachelorette party.
It's a little Club 33 is all I'm saying. Is like you get a lot of stuff with that $30K a year. You know what I mean? So
that's on the low end of a Vegas splurge too. So
Truly,
I can see that being pretty popular with, like you said, groups of. But yeah, also another thing I wanted to say before I get into all this, the staff is awesome. There's a ton of scare actors inside the houses themselves, but then in the common area, there's these characters that are in legitimately good costumes and good makeup and everything, building the lore. Like they each have their own lore that they're telling you, but then they're also telling you the facts of this building and why it exists. And we walked in and there was like a lady talking to us about how she is trying to reanimate a body, and then this like demon girl flies overhead. They have some kind of rigging up on the ceiling that allows one of the demons to fly around. So that was really cool.
That's amazing. That's so awesome.
And then the actual,
like the flat guys in Beetlejuice in the office, there's just people just flying around all the time.
Exactly.
Neat. Sold. I'll buy a ticket for that. Actually, that's cool.
Dan's all turned around now on this one.
Yeah.
Let me just be clear. I am very bizarre on Vegas, the concept.
Yeah.
I am not pro horror nights because I'm just not a spooky boy.
Me either.
I'm a sensitive, delicate theater child. I do enjoy. Like the Ghostbusters house that they did back in the day was my Batu. I was like, holy crap, that's my Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Seeing Janine say we got one, it changed my life. But I'm not like spooky boy. I want to see Becky spin her head around and spit pea soup.
Yeah.
That's not. But I appreciate it. Truly, I do appreciate it.
And
So
also
I'm not negative this as much as I am confused about Vegas.
Sure.
And also,
just Vegas. Vegas.
I wanted to say too. So, I've gotten some interesting feedback with my thread I made after my visit, where
you got some hot takes. We're going to get into them. I'm excited.
One person was like, DM me. I was like, well, maybe your company should have sent someone that is more of an expert on Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And now, okay, so my thing with that is like, there's gonna be plenty of reviews of this thing. Okay, there's already a bunch of reviews on Yelp too, and like a few bad ones and some good ones. And you're going to read a review from a Halloween Horror Night hardcore fan that probably had a much better time than
You're going to get
I
that.
did.
You're 100% going to get that.
Well, Peter and Kitra, they pretty much liked it. So there are people in our community that.
And who knows? Maybe we'll get Peter and Kitra on for another episode to have them come in and give us the counterpoints to everything Guy gives here. Actually, that'd be a great little podcast experiment.
I have known.
We'll just ask them the same questions. Be like, Peter, Kitra, Vegas is dying, baby. Why do you go?
Yeah. I've known Peter and Kitra for years, so I say this with all respect in the world. They did go during a media event.
Okay.
So
yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough.
Which I'm sure they dressed the hell up that place. I bet they dressed that place up.
Yeah.
I bet it was cranking that night. So there is that. And thank you for that context. That's always important context to share.
Yeah. But anyway, like a normal guest will probably go and have a great time, and some of the kinks will be worked out that I experienced during my visit. However, though, I paid full price, and I went on operating night after they did their team previews and did media previews and had some shakedown days, and so I feel like I am entitled to say my experience and give my valid criticisms. And well,
I just appreciate the context of it all too. It's not like you went opening night. It's not like you went like media night where all the vloggers were there cramming around and doing everything and ruining all. You just went You went like after it opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Well, let's start. I want to know about what you think of the hours. Just so people know, this is open Thursday through Monday from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Right.
Good, bad? Is it equal to Meow Wolf? Like, where's this land?
Okay, so Universal really hammers in on their website for this when you buy a ticket before, during, and after that you need to arrive on your selected entry time. And they say it over and over, and they say late entries may not be allowed, and there's no refunds, no exchanges, no nothing. Okay, so my girlfriend is a civilian. She's a normie. She works a normal job, unlike me, a freak. So she has to work during the day, so we couldn't really go until later in the day, so we picked 7 as our entry time, thinking like, okay, 4 hours, whatever. That's probably plenty of time to see everything. So we were worried that there was going to be a little bit of a line at the security since it was the first day. Security was so smooth. Ticket scanning was smooth. So we got there a half hour early. And
is that part of the whole area, or is that or is security done for each? Like Meow Wolf's a different security line,
right?
Okay.
Each location has their own security. So yeah, this was like Universal's security and ticket scanners and everything. So we got in about a half hour early. And so I guess I'll just jump ahead. I really don't want to start off too negative, and I don't want everyone to think that like I hated this completely, because I really did like a lot about it. But so we started doing our things, and what really held us up was that dining took over an hour. But we were thinking, oh, it's 9:45, or no, sorry, not 9:45, 8:45. We still have over an hour to see the final house that we hadn't seen yet, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And so we make our way from the dining location, and we go up to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the announcement, well, they didn't make an announcement. They're just telling people, sorry, it's closed for the night. Over an hour before the posted closing time of 10 p.m., okay? There's no resolution to this at all. There's maybe like 40 people standing around dumbfounded at this. Okay, now the reason why I'm saying this is because when I bought the tickets, and up until literally, I think yesterday, Universal would sell you a timed entry slot up until 8:45 p.m. And now they have changed that to 8 p.m. as the last entry slot. But even that, if you arrived at 8 p.m. and you had 2 hours, I really don't think you'd be able to do everything.
Yikes.
Especially if it was like a weekend night.
Well, and also like they're not adhering to like Applebee's rules, and it feels like you got to adhere to Applebee's rules if you're working commercial Vegas.
Explain what Applebee's rules is, please.
Okay, Applebee's rules is that Applebee's closes at 11 midnight on Saturdays and Sundays, and if a party of 50 walks in at 11:59, they are getting seated, they are getting served, and we are making all of their boneless buffs and their cowboy burgers. Like,
those people are all a-holes, by the way, just so we're very clear.
They are all terrible people. It would happen to me at Outback all the time, especially on Wednesday nights. You know who you are, and I hate you. And it's just like, so to me, they should be, the doors to every house should have scare actor staffing up until an hour after close, so that like the gates don't close until the doors close. Like, no one else is in.
So here was my biggest issue with this closing over an hour early was that there was no announcement made like, hey, last call for this maze. I think that would go a long way. The other thing, and this is my main, if anybody from Universal is listening, please put wait times for each individual maze and put hours. If it's going to close an hour early, that's fine. We could have planned around it, but there was no indication on the website or in person or anything. At the front of the mazes, it's just the warning labels. Don't take pictures.
There's no wait times. There's no explaining. Wow.
And that was another bit of feedback I got from my tweets. Well, maybe they cut it because they knew the lines were long. The lines were really not that long. There's not even room for lines at these mazes. There's a small. I mean, it is
like
kind
escape
of
room queue, kind of be like line up here for the room to open up.
Yeah, well, it's like it's 2 queues for each maze. First, you queue up to get your ticket scanned, and then you can actually go into the themed queue of the maze. So, like for the Scarecrow one.
Thanks, Walt, for that double switchback, baby.
Yeah, you're just waiting outside for a bit, and then you can go in front of the barn where there's like a bunch of hay bales and stuff. And then that was like another weird issue was, so I fully support employees taking breaks and getting breaks and have time to relax. However, and this is where I think they should post hours also. We get in line for the Scarecrow maze, it's moving, and then it just stops moving. And we're standing there, and then 30 minutes pass. And then I just like overhear another patron walk up to the person, the team member in front of the maze. Oh, what's going on? Oh, well, it's break time for the staff, so we'll be back up in probably like 5 minutes. So it's like they just closed randomly for 30 minutes without any warning, and we're all just standing there in front of the thing.
That's lost revenue on their part. Like, that's just people in a line. You could go get a
so-
drink, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it could be
Wow.
handled
So
differently.
this is grown up Chuck E. Cheese. I'm realizing this is grown up Chuck E. Cheese. This is grown up Chuck E. Cheese. And just with a bunch of tube mazes, you know, that you can crawl around in the ceiling. This is grown up Chuck E. Cheese. Literally, this is how they had. I have witnessed that behavior at a Chuck E. Cheese. Like, you wouldn't even like the pizza guy's on break. He's not making pizzas right now. You have to wait 20 minutes to get the pizza that you ordered as part of your ticket and soda package. Like, this is a grown up Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, I'm getting it. It's all the pieces are putting together.
And I think I'd rather say it's a grown up Discovery Zone, but that's just me.
DZ the Discovery Zone.
So yeah, just put the hours 7 to 8, and then 8:30 to 9, whatever. Please
Put the
Universal,
hours.
do this.
Has any of this? You were there first public day.
Sorry,
Yeah.
hold on, Dan. You look like a weird Palpatine. I can't handle this hood.
I'm a bear patine. You were there first day. Had they changed? Had they added signs, weights, anything as far as you know?
I have not seen any news regarding any of that. I haven't really seen anything about operational changes. I've been
Is this
trying
also
to look,
a place
but-
that could have like an app with a map kind of thing, or is it that? It's not big enough for that?
Yeah, I wish they would, because, for example, there's a stage with a stage show, and you just kind of have to ask around for when this stage show is going to have to happen. And like some of the team members didn't know, and that's fine, whatever.
Yeah, you can always rely on Chucky firing off every hour on the hour. You know.
Here's the thing: they're about to open one more of these, two kids play areas, right? At least, or is it just one currently? I'm trying to think. With that kids theme park, I think it's just one. Anyway,
Right, the Texas one,
aren't they going to put all these in the Universal app? Wouldn't that just make the most sense, just to have the same process and the same? I mean, I guess Hollywood has a separate app, right?
Right.
Compared to
and Japan does too. Yeah.
That's true. That's so. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Except combining them
again,
all.
And again, this was the main criticism, like, about my tweets regarding my experience, was like, oh, these are just things that could be worked out. And yeah, they are things that could be worked out. They could put an A-frame with just like the showtimes, but it wasn't when I went.
Yeah. And things get worked out because people like you mention that they need to be worked out.
Right.
Like, that's important to the process.
So, where do you want to go now?
I put together the photos here for Daniel. Let's see here.
Take us on a journey.
Let us share some photos for our visual listeners. We are going to start with the overall restaurants. We'll talk about those. Let's just begin over at Premier House, which is...
We're just starting off negative, aren't we?
Yeah.
What is this?
So this is the full-service dining location / bar / lounge in
/ Blumhouse like area, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the theme? What's the you walk in, it's Main Street is what? What's the just spooky Saw warehouse?
Well, so this is kind of off in the back corner. When you first walk in, you do kind of encounter a lounge, which is, it's like a boiler. I think it's called the boiler, actually.
The boiler. I think I have a photo of it. Let me see if I can find it. Oops, hold on.
Yeah, so that's the boiler. That's the lounge
Cool.
you see when you very first walk in. So cool themed,
Okay.
and then you can kind of see
That's
the
cool.
tracks on the ceiling where the lady flies around in the top right.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So yeah, that's neat, and so
That
I
looks
guess
like
I'll
the grandpa of the evil stove from the second Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Or the boiler from Home Alone in the basement.
Yes. I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah. So when we first walked in, by the way, I guess I'll just talk about the boiler since it's on the screen.
Yeah, let's
Sorry
start
for
there.
Jumping around.
You tell me. You knew the experience. I will try to match your course.
Okay, so we walk
Steer
in.
us. Be our Chewbacca.
I do not drink alcohol. So we walk in. My girlfriend says, I'm thirsty. Gonna get a drink. Okay. We get the menu. We look at the top of the menu highlighted in red. So you would think like, okay, this is one of their signature drinks. I don't remember the name of it. It's like, it had a fun name, a pear drink or something.
I'll look for it here.
So we're thinking like, signature drink. What's this going to be? at Universal Horror Unleashed. Wow. $21 for this drink. Okay. And she sets it down. If you go to my Twitter, by the way, you can see a picture of this drink. It's in the thread.
The Severed Pear?
Yes, Severed Pear. Thank you.
This would be Woodford Reserve Bourbon, St. George Spiced Pear Liqueur, Baking Spice, and Angostura Arabic Bitters.
Yes.
Aromatic bitters, I should say.
So I guess shame on me, shame on us for just assuming this would have a cool theme, considering it's like their signature drink at the top of the menu. It's highlighted in red, whatever, and it's $21. It's just a drink in a glass.
I think, Guy, immediately to your credit, like I can go to Universal and get like a Jaws drink with like a gummy shark and like a kid's toe. Like it's like
a bartender will do a chomp chomp for me.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
what I said in my tweet. Throw a plastic severed finger in there. Throw a little candy brain.
Gummy
I
eyeball,
don't
anything.
care. A little plastic spider. I literally don't care. I just was hoping for something a little more fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that too much to ask? I don't know. Am I crazy?
No, because
Guy
like, on a
Selga
Disney
passes away on plastic spider.
on a Disney cruise for $20, you're getting you're getting like a glow in the dark martini from with the Haunted Mansion logo in the foam, or you're getting like the Spirits Beyond, like this like giant thing that's coming out like no, that is not. That's not. Now, is that Vegas? Is that Omega Mart? Is that the same? Can you get a $22 drink at Omega Mart that's like blue with a lemon?
I don't actually recall what the drinks looked like at Omega Mart. It's been a few years since I went, but
no worries.
I guess that's typical cocktail prices for Vegas. But again, it's like we're in the horror thing.
Yeah. In the immersive themed
Yeah.
entertainment where you're the expert's horror thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
There's like a dead zombie lady right behind you walking around telling you about how she's going to grave rob later. It's like, come on.
Maybe that's, and honestly, maybe in hindsight, that was the directive. The directive was, well, people want to see that. They don't care about a finger in their drink. But Guy wants his drinks fingered, if at all possible. A
Hey,
plastic
baby, when
finger.
you're in Vegas.
Yeah, when you're in Vegas, finger your drinks.
Yeah.
So, hey, guys, straight from Guy Selga. It's on his business card, baby. So you get to the boiler room. What's after the boiler room?
So after the boiler room, to the left of that, there's the Universal Monsters house and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house.
Should we should we talk about the Blumhouse like photo ops as a part of?
Yes, because
that's Premiere House. That's Premiere House.
Premiere House, yeah. And then I'm just kind of trying to give you a lay of the land a little bit.
Sure.
So boiler bar/lounge, Universal Monsters. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. To the right of Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a barbecue themed quick service window that looked actually pretty good. Actually,
Rough Cuts.
When I was walking by and seeing what people were eating, I was like, dang, that looks pretty good. There's only 4 tables. I thought that was kind of weird. I don't know. And then to the right of that is the Premiere House, which is the full service restaurant /bar/lounge. So this.
What are we talking here? A football field size space? Not counting the houses.
Let's make this more realistic. Oh, for the
Food
entire
court?
venue?
Yeah,
like a Buffalo Wild Wings? Are we talking like a Friendlies?
Just
Are we
like
talking
the
a
public
Fridays?
space?
Like what's
the public space.
It's not very big.
A nice size Lowe's.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so
it's almost like a mall concourse that kind of goes up and then to the right.
Okay.
And it doesn't loop around at all. It's just up to the right.
Because it's built in a mall concourse, effectively. So
it's a new
it
build.
is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's a custom building. They built.
They did make it. Yeah.
Sure. But they just leaned into that.
Yeah, and a lot of it is made so they can redo and reassess.
Right. It is like surprisingly cramped because there's the little stage show, and there's really not much more room than like a car length front to back from there to the front of the restaurant. So when the stage show is going on, since it's one of the few things to actually do, it gets pretty cramped in there. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about the Premiere restaurant. So this is like, we talked about like bless the artists and they're great and everything. This is mostly like an empty gray room.
Yeah,
I'm gonna blame
this
the
being the
lens
first picture. This being the first picture is like, what are they doing?
I'm going to blame the lens on this one a little bit, but let me show you the next picture of this. This is a lot of these photos are from WWNT, so thank you for reviewing these. But
Thanks,
this
Tom.
is a lens picture that really kind of sets the scene.
And so there are little photo ops, like there's that phone booth for Black Phone in the van, but then the other photo ops is the Megan thing. So there is a Megan performer that I don't know how often she comes out. We were in there for almost an hour and a half. She only came out once. So the rest of the time that is just a pink background that says Megan, right?
And if your name is Megan, right? If your name is Megan, you have just hit the jackpot.
Oh yeah.
You just hit the jackpot.
Yeah. So yeah, here's the Black Phone photo op, and okay.
What is Black Phone?
I don't know. It's a Blumhouse movie.
It is. It's getting a sequel. It is all I really know about it because I'm not this ain't my bag, but it stars Ethan Hawke. Okay. And it's like
and
an 80s
if you answer
themed,
the phone, you die. That's
he
Scream.
murders. He's a murderer. It's sort of like a serial killer thing.
Who uses a phone to kill you?
Yeah, you pick up the phone, like he'll call a phone, and if you pick
he doesn't
it up,
hit you with a phone.
No,
he'll calls you on the phone. So Scream.
Kind of. I don't know. I mean, don't ask me. I've not seen him.
So Scream, the call's coming from inside the house, like Scream, like he uses the phone.
Except the call is usually a phone booth, and it's the 80s, and then he steals your brother or something.
You know what Riverside honestly needs more than anything of all the dumb, stupid stuff it offers us is just a little AI chatbot in the corner to be like Clippy back in the day on Microsoft Word. It looks like you're talking about Black Phone. Do you want to know more?
More about Black Phone? Technically, that's my job, and I'm bad at it.
So then there's another photo op where it's for The Purge, and it is just a backdrop that says The Purge, and it's an old rusty barrel.
Yeah, it was so bad I thought it wasn't a photo op.
Right. So to me, I think this stuff looks like what you would see in the lobby of a theater, your local Cineplex.
Yeah, totally.
And this is the restaurant inside.
No, I'll actually give you one better. This feels like what you would see in the lobby of a value resort at Disney.
Right.
Like the fact that at Art of Animation they don't even let Mickey come and walk around now. Now it's like a digital Black Mirror screen that your kid stands in front of, like a soda booth, and they dispense what characters you want to show up for
freestyle.
A photo op. So yeah, it's like a Coke freestyle meet and greet like thing. This feels like so like value, like just that's interesting.
So
did the Black Phone come out at all? I know Megan came out. Did the Black Phone come out?
No,
or
just
like a
Megan.
Purge guy.
No.
Was Ethan Hawke there? Because that would
No.
justify me paying $100 if Ethan Hawke was the bartender with a Black Phone. You ordered your drinks on the Black Phone. That's how you talk to him because he's in plexiglass. You got to keep Ethan Hawke safe. You got to keep him. You got to keep him protected from the public. So you got a Black Phone, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll kill you." And be like, "No, I just need a margarita, baby." He's like, "All right." And then that one of those robots
he's just Tom Cruise and cocktail in the back.
One of those like hot pot restaurant robots then comes out of a little cubby.
Stupid.
You know what I mean? That you see at IAPA and it's like dancing and it's blinking. It's like do 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 do.
So
I'm already plussing this up. Beetlejuice, call us, all right, baby. Give us a shout.
I heard this space is mostly going to be focused on corporate events that want to rent out this space. There's like
Bingo.
a projector that's just projecting the Universal Horror Unleashed logo, so it's like there they can project the company logo, to AT&T or whatever.
Do your PowerPoint in the
and
but even that though, guys, even that like Epic has a version of this,
right?
You know what I mean? It's Pizza Moon, and it's like I mean, say it's not, but it is. It's just a big building, it's a big open space with a pizza oven. Like it's all it is.
I'm glad you brought that up because that I also wanted to say when I said I'm looking at this through the lens of paying the $86. I also am looking at this through the lens of going to Epic Universe for the first time like 4 days before I went to this.
Rough.
Oh,
Rough.
Interesting. Yeah, what an interesting brand extension is. What a good point is like you're going to these things where like Universal's like, hey, let me snap your dick in half. This is going to be the wildest ride you've ever taken. Like a stalk of celery, we're going to crack it, and then you show up to Vegas and it's like lip dick syndrome. It's a little strange.
Loving Dark Universe, loved it.
Yeah.
Like the Monsters Unchained
wasn't this just Darkmoor? Why wasn't this whole thing just Das Steakhouse is art.
Oh,
compared,
it's amazing.
It's why didn't they just do a Das Steakhouse?
It seems
2.0?
to me. It seems to me, and I would assume you would agree. This whole place is made to be like it is basically a circus that can be torn down and redone in a different way as much as they want as quickly as possible.
It's grown up Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
I just want to keep defaulting back to it's grown up Chuck E. Cheese.
It's going to be the next Blumhouse hit becomes the next, like, it is an IP generator, push the next thing, sort of Netflix house, sort of whatever.
Is anyone going to choose? They need to do exclusives here that are not offered because no one is going to come see Megan here. No one's going to come here to like over like my Orlando vacation. Yeah, my Orlando Halloween Horror Nights vacation is planned. Maybe for you lunatics in LA who, love sitting in traffic and decide to drive to Vegas, like, because, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what problem this solves. It solves no problems.
That's actually a really good point because, like LA people, we just sit in traffic all day, every day. We can go up to Universal Studios and go to Halloween Horror Nights. And, Vegas, like, really does rely on LA visitors quite a bit. So are they going to want to go to this? I mean, I guess if you want to go in February when Halloween Horror Nights isn't going or something, but I'm really curious what the crowds are going to look like for this on Easter. Like, all these holidays that you don't really maybe want to do spooky things. I don't know. Some people will.
Are you open for Christmas Day?
Much like Chinese food's open on Christmas Day. Haunted houses are open on Easter for the atheists. Right. So, you just have to, the audience is there for that. I just don't understand why anyone would go to this over going anywhere else. And so with that in mind, why did they make it the same thing that they have everywhere else? It could have been, like, these mazes could have been interactive exploring, like, spaces like Omega Mart versus like these, if I could have hung out at the firehouse. Just build the firehouse and let me hang out at it instead of and let me explore every corner of it.
You're talking you're talking Netflix house, right? That's what you're talking about here, which is that idea that Netflix is like, we're going to have 5 properties and they're all going to fit in this place and we're going to hardcore theme and then you can enjoy these environments, which sounds kind of like what you would rather, like you'd rather have beyond just horror.
I'd rather have at least one of those to be like, here's something crazy for you fans. Come out here and check this out. Tell us if you like it. Should we do more of these? Should we drop one in the give the people a hook. And maybe they thought Jack was the hook, but I don't think Jack is that.
No, he's going to be at Horror Nights.
People aren't deep on lore with that in terms of like, I need to make sure I'm a Jack.
Speaking of Jack, Guy, should we talk about the next restaurant?
Sure. Well, actually, sorry, there is more to say about Premier House because that's kind of like the main dining thing, and we ate a good chunk of the menu there. So I'll try to be quick on this.
No, it's fine.
So this is actually where some of the food had a fun theme. Like we got a flatbread pizza that was had jagged edges like a chainsaw, and it has a fun name. And,
cute.
We got some sliders that some were black and some were orange, and then it had Jack's face stamped into it. So that's fun. All this is like kind of expensive. It's over $20
weird colored
per
poop
item.
later.
What's that?
Color poop. Weird poop later.
No, I've actually never had that problem.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I haven't pooped since. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't poop, so I don't know.
There was actually my favorite themed item of this whole place was this dessert it was supposed to be like. It looked like hay on a shovel, and they actually serve it on a shovel head.
Oh, fun!
And,
whoa, that's like, really fun.
It's kind of like big baklava with like ice cream on it, but it was legitimately good, and it was.
Isn't it? Is it weird being served such a fun, immersive treat in a Amazon warehouse?
Right. Yeah.
in the lobby of a movie theater. Is it weird getting served that in the lobby of a movie theater?
And then the other item. And this was the weirdest kind of response I got of all the stuff I was tweeting. So, okay. There's a lot of problems in this world, right? So in the grand scheme of things, this is not a big deal. I didn't even make it out to be a big deal in my tweet, okay? There is a signature item on the thing, and it's like bread. It's a big loaf of bread with artichoke and whatever else on it. And then it comes with a cauldron of cheese. And in all the pre-release stuff and in all the influencer stuff, they lit the cheese on fire when they bring it to your table. Okay. So I'm like, okay,
like that
well, I gotta get
sparkly
that,
thing, like that kind of, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta get that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm basically a carny since I'm a Disney blogger, and so I need the photogenic food thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Camera
order
eats
it, they
first.
bring it to the table, and they just like set it down, like, okay, here you go, thanks. And I'm like, oh, they didn't light it on fire. And then I see like other tables getting it of normies, and they're not lighting fire. And then the table behind us is people with media badges, and they set it down and they go, okay, everybody ready? Got their phones ready? Light it on fire, okay?
Ooh.
And Kitra actually did message me and say, like, I was with some normal non-media friends and they did get it lit on fire. I don't know what the deal with this was, and this is not a big deal to me at all. It was something weird that I had to point out.
Guy, it is a big deal, and let me tell you. Let me get on my soapbox.
Everybody stand back
for a moment. It is a big deal because if you go to the Rainforest Cafe, right? You grew up in
the peak of
Louisiana.
These kind of environments.
You grew up in Louisiana or whatever, and you've seen the commercials, you've heard the tales of the volcano. All right, they have this treat. And it's a rainforest. There's robot animals and there's thunderstorms that happen, and it's such a grand time, right? And you eat your disgusting burger and you make it through your half-cooked fries, and you're finally like, oh God, I finally made it to dessert. I finally get the treat. I get to get my volcano. All right. The menu has a picture of it on the front. It's got a sparkler that's 7 miles long. Holy Christ almighty. Today's my day, baby. And then you order the volcano. And my God, I remember as a child, you would order and the waiters would scream, volcano, as they like walked out of the of the kitchen in the back. And like, and then other guests would get like joined in and they would also scream volcano. It was this community event. And then I get to order my volcano the moment it finally arrives, and Greg brings out my lava cake, and it's got one of those like floppy foil like things in it that like looks like a birthday, like I don't know, something you hang from your window for your birthday party or something. It's the most dehumiliating, disappointing, disgusting, commercialized disappointment ever. I want my fire on my treat, you know?
Yeah.
So I get it, Guy.
Yeah.
I am furious for you. And I know you say it's not a big deal, but my God, I've been dreaming about flaming cheese my whole life.
Exactly.
And I'm finally going to Vegas to get it. I've tried all kinds of melted hot cheese. I've fondued across the world.
Right.
And now I'm here to get spooky fondue. Hot, flaming, cheesy fondue. And then it doesn't flame. To hell with you. You know, I'm right there with you, man.
Guy, this wasn't for waste. This is what he did for an audition. So that was his soliloquy.
This is my monologue. I can't prepare. This is my fondue from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night.
Yeah.
I don't know if you forget this monologue, but
I mean, here's the thing: from a management standpoint, from a how to do things when you're making food standpoint, on the list is then you light it on fire.
Yeah.
And if some people are getting it and some people aren't, the question is, why is that being skipped sometimes but not other times? And maybe it's human negligence. Maybe it's literally like this employee's been there 2 weeks.
Sir? Will you light me cheese?
I mean, like the staff again was like all great and super nice, and
I mean they're Vegas pros. Like this is.
Did you ask them to light your
that's the
cheese?
thing. Yeah.
Did you ask them to light your cheese?
Well, I didn't, because they put it down, and I was just kind of waiting for it, and then he walked away. And
you're watching other people get their cheese lit, and so you thought that your cheese would be lit.
Well, I'm watching media people get their cheese lit, and
that's true.
Everyone around me.
Dun dun dun.
But you, dear listener, may go and have a great time, and your cheese may get lit on fire, and that's fine. But
we're here in the Twilight Zone where Guy can't get his cheese lit on fire. Everyone's getting their cheese lit on fire, but me.
I know exactly what Guy's doing right here, which is there are moments in theme park reporting where if you sound like you're you're too concerned with something,
Yes.
everyone goes, God, he's that guy that like made the stink about the cheese, right? Like you
Right.
become known for a specific thing for like 6 months, unless
I want to say,
and
Guy,
you didn't
if
even mean it to be. It
I
happens.
would gladly wear the crown of the guy who didn't get his cheese lit on fire, because that is an affront to God, all right? Imagine going to the fireworks on the 4th of July and everyone gets to see them but
I know.
you.
I've seen 12th Night. I know. Yeah.
I mean,
infuriating.
I've been doing this professionally for 13 years now, and I know how us Disney bloggers, theme park bloggers, can write a glowing 3,000 word review, and somebody will pick out the one thing and be like, "Oh, you complained about the trash cans, huh?" Like, it's like whatever. I don't care, but
Still, getting stamped with something that is not necessarily the thing you like. It's just. As someone who did reporting for a much smaller amount of time, it can happen. Like it's not hard to all of a sudden get stamped with a weird critique that you're like, it's one of 1,000 things.
Well, hey, as someone with no journalistic integrity whatsoever, I have been stamped with many of things. But,
That's true.
Disney had it coming when I said Imagineering is dead. They put the Hatbox Ghost in the hallway outside of the freaking floating candelabra in the Haunted Mansion. They're idiots.
We're just starting
They're
all
idiots.
sorts of. We're just lighting old fires.
Well, we're talking about spooky mistakes, and that's one of the biggest ones. It's one of the biggest stupid things that's ever been done. What a spooky mistake. You called the episode that Spooky Mistakes with Guy Selga.
So
who made this mistake?
That's funny. So we paid for our expensive food. It was we did get a lot of food, but I think it was over $120 before tip. And it was like,
how many entrees you get?
So we got the chainsaw pizza. We got the little calzone thing that looks like a skull. That's fun. But it's very small. This is all like kind of small bar food things.
Appetizy.
We got the sliders, which is 3 small sliders, about little puck. We got the cheese, and we got the shovel dessert.
Okay. Is it not including drinks?
We did not get any drinks because their signature beer that they had for the location was sold out. So
okay, so 5 things for Vegas. That's not
right. Yeah,
like the Epic Medallion all over again.
It's like what
they gave
do?
all the
You're
premiere
captive audience. It's themed food. I don't know. I wasn't too offended by the price of the food.
Yeah, actually, it seems pretty on brand.
Yeah, but I was aligned. Just like we're eating inside a Costco food.
My God, I pay $100 at a diner these days for 4 people.
Yeah,
it's disgusting ordering food. So,
so just wrap this part up real quick. Would I recommend going? I think if you're going to a later entry time, no, because we waited 45 minutes to get a table, and then it took us over an hour to get the food. And I know that's opening week jankiness or whatever, but even then, you're still probably going to spend a significant amount of time just dining.
They don't let you like virtual queue for a table, and you can go do a house while you wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you doing a house while you're waiting,
we were in the middle of a house? Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit Jack's Alley real quick. Did you get anything over at Jack's Alley, or
didn't get anything at Jack's Alley? It's just drinks. They might have had one little appetizer thing, but it's.
How often does Jack come out on that above stage? And
so while we were there, Jack came out to do his little stage show, I believe twice, unless we missed one in one of the houses, but I don't think so. So twice in 4 hours, he came out for his little stage show thing along with his friends.
Does he do stuff up there? Is that the stage?
I didn't. No, that's not the stage. I don't.
That's an area. I've seen footage of him up in that spot.
Okay, so he might walk by, but it's a very weird layout. So this is Jack's Alley, the bar, right? And behind where the cameraman, I guess Tom Corliss, would be facing, is a bunch of seating and then more shipping containers. And then on the other side of the shipping containers is the stage, which faces the entrance to the restaurant. And like I said, it's about the length of a car.
Oh, so the shipping containers are a passageway for the actor to get to the stage.
Well, so some of them, yes, but then the other actors run out of the maze. So that's actually what's really weird about this little stage show thing. It's called Stay or Slay. So everybody's gathering at the stage, which is, again, behind the shipping containers that this cameraman is in front of. But the first like 7 minutes of the show are in Jack's alley. So you're standing at the stage and you're just kind of hearing all these maniacs set up the story and talk about what's about to happen and dance. And like you can kind of see one of them dancing around up to the side. But for the first 7 minutes, you're just staring at the empty stage and waiting for Jack and his friends to come out.
So the show starts in here, and then on the other side of the wall, the show finishes.
Right.
What problem does that solve?
I don't know, but it's the majority of the show. And even when you're in Jack's alley, they're like, come on, come to the stage. They're like trying to gather people.
Yeah, you don't need to pay your tabs. Come on, leave the bar.
Yeah. So
let me see if I can get a photo of that real quick. It is hard. Like, this is the other interesting thing about doing. Oh, hi there. You're seeing it already. I didn't even know I was doing that. There it is. The other interesting thing I think about this is like it's not consistent reporting like a lot of other, right? Like people aren't going to Epic every day for 2 weeks to go like, here's where they made adjustments.
Right.
Like I don't know where this place is going to like. There's normies aren't going to take into account these kind of things, and so
right.
Guy, is there any like awareness of Vegas in the like what's going on? Like, does Jack acknowledge you're at Vegas? Is it old gambler Jack? Like, are we like leaning into the novelty of where we are?
I heard the co-host, I forgot her name of the Stair Slay show, kind of say like, after all,
the clown girl,
Vegas, clown girl,
fake Harley Quinn,
yeah. But I don't think it factored into the story much, at least that I heard.
It is weird. There's not just like one of the houses is like decrepit casino. Zombie gamblers or something. Like it's just weird.
It's absolutely insane to me that it's not just Jack on a Vegas vacation. Like, hey, I took over an old casino and it's haunted now. Like
there should be like a haunted wedding chapel. There should be a murdering an Elvis impersonator. Like there's things that we were just talking about, that uniqueness, right? Like doing a Vegas-based house would bring that sort of uniqueness.
And also,
that I was missing.
The absolute missed opportunity to just be like, Vegas is dying would have been one of the greatest taglines for Halloween Horror Nights ever. I don't care what anyone's saying. Vegas is dying would get people to show up. I'm sorry. But if it was like, and we're killing it, we're killing Vegas, would be such an iconic marketing campaign. And they missed it by just making it very flat. And also the novelty of the corporations trying to buy in and let's sell to corporations. If it was all Casino Vegas, like campy, like it would have sold, it would be such an easy instant sell because they're all there for their conventions at Vegas, like.
Yeah.
Interesting that there's no Vegas camp. That's a bummer.
Yeah. So you talked about Rough Cuts already. You didn't get to try it, but it looked fun. It is really just like a stand. There's not much to it.
It is a walk-up window. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and hit some houses.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Your favorite house? The first house you got into, number one. You told everyone you had to get into it.
Yeah, you're all looking at the same experience that I got, since that was the one that closed over an hour early. So there you go, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I heard it was pretty good.
The line forms here, except for Guy. Okay, I see that sign there.
All right. Sorry, just real quick about the like I said before, like 40 people literally standing around, like at a loss for words that they could not get into the maze that they paid for.
Yeah.
And just
hey, this guy's breaking Applebee's rules. Yeah, like I get it.
Just like, what do you mean it's closed?
like the line to get on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at like 9:59 as the park's closing at 10 is still wrapped around the damn building.
Yeah.
And so they let everyone see those janky, weird robot dwarves dancing with a strange woman in the woods. You know, they let everyone see it.
So that's the last I'll say about that. Didn't get to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right.
There you go.
Let's go Scarecrow. Scarecrow the what? Scarecrow the
Reckoning, right?
The Reapening, maybe?
Reapening, yeah. So
the Reaping. I don't think you need
Scarecrow the Reaping.
Yeah. Reaping,
because you reap, you reap. You know
what you sow. Yeah.
You're a Scarecrow Reaper.
The queue, the second queue, I guess, because there's the first queue is outside then you scan your tickets and you go in this queue, and it's It's a spooky barn, and it's got the scarecrows.
Spooky barn's a staple of a haunted thing,
Right.
because cornrows make easy wall cover. It's just a go-to.
And that's the coolest part about this maze by far, was that it ends in a cornfield that is the corn stalks are hanging from the ceiling, and they're just everywhere, and it's pretty dense, and you have to really wade through it. And there's still scare actors in there, and then on the edge of the room it's mirrors, so it looks like it just goes on. And it's got spooky theatrical, spooky theatrical lighting and that sort of thing. And there's some good scares, good jump scares, but it's still kind of like where they're going to be. You can see the big dark hole.
Sure, I mean that's haunted houses across the board. I mean,
Yeah.
like if you're going into haunted houses pragmatically, you're gonna see every spooky dark hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me look through my notes real quick. A monster popped out of an outhouse. That was fun. I really like that.
We like that.
Did it smell like poop?
No. That actually is a good point, because I know Halloween Horror Night fans. I've been reading the Reddit. Were brought up that there's no smells and that they're disappointed in that.
Oh, we have an upcoming guest on the show that is going to be disappointed.
Yeah, we had the King of Stink on here, Guy. I don't know if you're familiar with Liam R. Finley, but he's Aroma Prime's #1 stink consultant.
Oh, okay.
And we talked about how he crafts poop for museums and haunted houses as a stink.
So stay tuned, gang.
Okay.
That's coming up.
That sounds
Stay
awesome.
tuned, yeah, for our epic stink coverage. And he mentioned that there was no stink in this one, but that there was a poop stink in Hollywood. Hollywood has a poop stink apparently this year, so get hyped for stinky poop.
Very nice.
For stinky poop.
Are you a believer in The Exorcist?
A believer in actual exorcism?
No, just like it's called Exorcist the Believer. So.
Oh, the believer. Yeah. Sorry. Just real quick, going back to the corn maze. Well, I guess this applies to all of them. Maybe I expected too much, and I really didn't go in with like sky high expectations to this whole thing. But I was thinking like, okay, permanent Halloween haunt exhibit, right? This is their chance to really make some really cool looking permanent structures with huge set pieces and cool theatrical effects and stuff. And really, like, there's some flashes of brilliance, but then also there's like, okay, I'm walking through this hallway and I can look up and still see like a ceiling of a warehouse.
I've seen better HHN houses
at
HHN than any 4 of these.
Yeah, so
it's a weird brand extension. It's a very odd brand extension.
Yeah. So some of it feels a little temporary, I gotta say. And I saw people saying like, oh, well, that's because they could swap out theoretically for the most popular maze of this year at Halloween Horror Nights, and they could put it in this place. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't heard anything official about that, but I guess it makes sense.
If that's the plan, to say like, okay, the most popular 2 houses from each coasts will take over every December. That we're going dark in November, and when we open back up, that we will archive the 2 most popular houses for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That is an insane concept.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about them doing that, but what an idea.
Yeah, and then reading some reviews from, again, hardcore people who, some of them consider the Scarecrow Maze to be one of the best Halloween Horror Nights mazes ever, but then saying that the iteration in Vegas is less than.
Oh, I see. So Scarecrow, this maze in particular is one that they've done before, have brought here, but it has somehow become, just like everything else about this attraction, a bizarre lesser than version of what they've done in the past.
Right. And, sometimes I love Universal, right? But sometimes they can't quite stick the landing on attractions and just whatever experiences.
Fast and the Furious Supercharged. What's that?
Right. Rocket. What?
So you're in this cornfield and you're like, wow, this is crazy. And you're literally like going through, like, you're swimming through the cornfield. And then you're just in a blank gray hallway, and that's it. That's the end.
You go from the cornway to then to like exit through the gift shop hallway.
Well, the gift shop is at the exit of the whole building, but yeah,
okay.
at the end of the maze, it's just a blank hallway,
and you're out. Yeah. Huh.
So,
I guess it's also how haunted houses kind of end everywhere.
Yeah, but haunted houses that aren't in Vegas and are supposed to be like,
yeah.
Right. Right.
Anyway,
Sorry, did you want to talk about Exorcist now?
Let's do
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like how you thought I was gonna
Exorcist
ask you
the
if you-
Believer.
Yeah, the
Do
believer.
you actually believe in exorcism, Guy?
I'm sure
Let's
there's
get
a
an
lot of
official
weird
stance on you right now with it.
I'm sure there's a lot of weird stuff in this world that I don't understand.
I agree.
I've personally never seen one myself, though. I do have a ghostly experience from when I worked at Blockbuster. Did I tell this story last time I was on?
No.
Wait, just take this down, and we have to. Let's just get this right on record. What happened at Blockbuster?
Okay.
With a ghost.
Blockbuster was my first job. It was way back in 2001, right after I graduated high school. Worked my way up to assistant manager after a few months. I'm in the back room with another employee, and we are counting the tills, I think. And there's security cameras that show like the center of the store and the front of the store, and then one of the corners. And so the store is it's a big empty aisle in the middle, and then just rows of video, And so we're sitting there doing our thing, trying to finish up for the night. And out of the corner of my coworker's eye, we see just something streak down the middle aisle of the Blockbuster, right? And we're just like, oh my God, somebody's in the store. Like, what the hell? And so we run to lock the back room door, and we're like, should we call the cops? I don't know what to do. And we're like looking at all the security cameras, going through them and trying to see if we can see this person. Nobody's there. And so like, I was like 19 at the time. So I'm like, I'll just go out there and look. And we're just looking around the whole store. Nobody's there. And it was just some weird thing that I can't explain. And it's just what I saw, what we both saw.
Wow,
It
you
was
saw
the
a
ghost.
thing.
It was the ghost of Blockbuster before
Yeah.
Blockbuster even knew it was a ghost.
Yeah, right?
Right. Yep.
So you're more of a Scully than a Mulder. We'll put it like that.
Yeah, that's a good pull because I love the X-Files. That's one of my favorite shows of all
It's
What's
time.
your
like
favorite monster?
What's that?
What's your favorite X-Files monster?
Oh, the God.
The fluke fish is terrifying. It haunts me to this day every time I close my eyes. That and the fact that it lived in a porta potty for part of the episode is
Oh yeah.
terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Because I know there's some real creepers out there living in porta potties.
What were the traditional alien greys? I guess you would call them that.
Yeah, Little Gray Men was one of the running stories that they would appear, throughout, here and there. Yeah, the Greys.
Yeah, I like stuff like that, and I like the goo, the black goo, and all that.
That's good.
The black goo I preferred more when it was like stretchy, like Lee Toombs, the stretchy guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Lee Toombs, stretchy guys, way up there on my list.
Yeah,
Lee
the stretchy-
Toombs is a minifig in the new X-Files Lego set. In fact,
Is he a stretchy minifig?
he's
Mr.
just-
Fantastic.
He's like this smooched little guy under the door, like rules.
I really like the episodes, like the one with Jack Black with like the electricity dude. I love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, good
By
monster.
the
with
monster
that
of the
one.
week stuff. Yeah, that's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
that's fun.
absolutely.
Anyway,
So what was Exorcist the Believer about?
Okay, so when you're waiting in line for this one, they are really hammering home. Do not touch the props. Do not touch the props. You hear that 50 times before you get in. So the queue is in. I guess it's kind of like the town.
I want to
swap
touch
meet.
everything in this picture, by the way.
Yeah, right. So yeah, the queue is in like the town swap meet. So you're going through all these
What?
different booths.
what town is this? Is this Swedish? What is the names of all this stuff? Is in a weird language, right? Am I?
Yeah,
Or am I having
I-
a stroke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this like they're saying don't touch the props, and like I get why, because there's literally like you're walking in the queue and there's like takeout containers of food sitting there that look very fragile, and another one with like dream catchers just hanging there. These really delicate little props. I don't know how this is going to survive drunken
Yeah.
horror Vegas crowds very long. But yeah,
How was that, by the way? Was there some inebriants while you were there, or did it feel pretty like everyone was on their best behavior?
It was the vibe was pretty cool. People were excited, except for up until the end. The thing I said I wasn't going to mention anymore, the house closing. But like the crowd was
they were there specifically for this, opposed to say,
and I
like,
think it
just
helps that
walking in.
the drinks are really expensive.
Yeah.
But the Exorcist one, demons pop out. There's a cool part where you're kind of you start off in this forest, and there's two actors in there talking about they're looking for these missing girls. Where are these girls? And then you go into this house that kind of starts off kind of normal, but quickly proves to be demonic. And you're going through, and one of the cooler effects in the entire building, there's a stairway that goes up, and you see projection effects of like the little girl, turning her head around and walking on her legs and stuff. And then you go through each room of the house, cool. And there is a part where it looks like it's poop smeared on the wall. But it's pretty standard stuff where it's just these demonic little girls.
It's The Exorcist, like it's always been at Hollywood Horror Nights or whatever. Yeah. Opposed based on a movie no one liked, apparently.
Yeah.
Now, an epic comparison that I'm looking forward to is, all right, you went to Darkmoor and then you did Vegas Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
What was Vegas, because I also just did Darkmoor, what was Vegas Universal Monsters like compared to Epic?
Okay, so this is the highlight of the entire thing. I think it's clearly the marquee maze also. It's the first one you see when you come in and all that.
It feels like the one that, if there's one that never leaves, it sort of feels like it's that one.
Oh, this is it. This is it. Yeah, it's
and I was
Universal's
say, this
cheapest
one feels the most permanent.
Yeah,
right.
Like, for example, when you're the queue for this, you're looking at the front entry now, but the queue for this is like in this maybe a crypt with stone walls, and there's these big statue busts of all the famous monsters, and then you see like a little grave and everything. Yeah, so it's very cool. And by the way, in each one of these mazes, there's overhead audio that's setting up the story, and like you really can't hear it, and it didn't seem like it repeated very often, so I kind of missed a lot of the story. And
it seems like the one that only works is the one that you didn't get to see, which Texas Chainsaw plays the beginning scroll. Like while they're going through it, so like as you enter, there's the scroll of like, this is based on a true story, like, so maybe it needs to have a visual for all of them. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're in the Universal Monster one. You're going through each of the monsters' different, I guess, biomes. So yeah, you're showing the Dracula's crypt, and there's some cool lighting, and all the monsters look great. This one was cool. I guess that would be Frankenstein, right? The doctor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he stops you from walking through, and he kind of holds everyone there for a minute, and he's like, okay, we're going to start the experiment. Okay, get ready. And he pulls the switch, and then the monster comes alive and wanders around the room. And
that
was
that's
get
awesome.
Out of here.
Well,
I
that was
love
a question. And I had a question about this because
it
seems to be the only instance in any of these where they do this thing where they're like, everyone come in, we're going to have a scene, we're going to have a moment, and then you're going to move you back. We're going to keep moving. Is that correct?
And I saw somebody say that they thought that they saw a moment in, I think, the Scarecrow maze.
Okay. Maybe
I didn't see it when I was walking through it. And like, we were really going slow through these mazes because we're like, we got to make this count. And like, these mazes are not very long, by the way.
Especially
like
4 or 5 minutes.
Can't do them again?
No. Well, with my ticket, no, because I just had the single entry for each one. And like, it was like $20 or $30 more. You can get unlimited entry for all the mazes.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I forget. God, I'm drawing a blank on the other monsters. I think there was a creature from the Black Lagoon part.
There is. That one's kind of cool because it has like, they do that thing where like the what's the term I'm looking for? Not moss. What's in ivy? What's the thing that's in water?
Peat moss. Oh, seaweed.
Seaweed.
Yeah.
Seaweed's like hanging from the. So you end up kind of underwater.
Yeah. That's cool.
In that section,
like the Little Mermaid ride.
Yeah.
Like
under the sea.
Exactly.
One of the coolest scenes in the Universal Monsters was you're going through the Phantom of the Opera part, and there's a giant crashed chandelier, and I was like, okay, this feels permanent. Like,
Yeah.
because it's one of the very few actual big set pieces that you can actually look up and be like, oh wow, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, big fan of the Universal Monsters one. Yeah.
I'm excited. It sounds like that's something I would go check out.
Yeah.
That seems very cool.
It would be nice if you could.
I wish that there was just like anything else to drive my attention. Like,
Yeah.
It would be really weird. I mean, it's a completely different model, but to be able to be like, you can go in and like, there is still a kind of a person at the door, and it's like, we're full, we don't have any room or whatever. But like, you can just go to any bar you want, whatever, and get drinks and do that. And if you wanted to sort of like a la carte go into a house, or buy a 4-pack for the price of 3 or whatever, like it seems like that's an option that would allow someone like you, Dan, to go in, try a drink, enjoy the atmosphere, do the one house you care about, and then kind of go out for, half the price you would pay. But that's not the market they're looking for. They got a rent to pay. So
Yeah.
truly.
There's some cool effects in there too. Like when Frankenstein comes alive, they're doing the projection effects of the lightning and all that. So yeah.
cool.
I dig this. This is something that I would love to see. Was this done is this an iconic like recreation, or is this like kind of an original spin for Vegas on these? Do we know? Does anyone know?
It seems very classic looking, especially the busts at the beginning. Like they're clearly the classic look of all the monsters.
I guess I'd just say, has this house been done before?
Oh, sorry.
Have
No.
these scenes been done before?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think
Gotcha.
so. I mean, I've seen variations. Generally, it seems that they like lean in on 3. They'll be like, this year it's the Invisible Man and Hunchback and whatever, and then they'll kind of incorporate larger sections. And this did
Gotcha.
sort of feel like we're getting everybody in, like everybody gets a shot, like and they really did sort of put I will still never understand putting a disabled man that has a hunchback and has a very sad story as part of Universal Monsters. I'll never understand it. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a Christian
The movie's
thing.
not
You'll
even
get
scary.
it. It's
the movie's,
fine.
It just got Lon Chaney in it. That's the only thing that's connected to it. I don't get it. But anyway, can this be salvaged?
Well,
do you think this is how long we got? How long we got for this thing? Is it going to last 5 years?
Yeah, man. I could see them doing the classic Disney/Universal thing of just being like, let's just cut actors. Let's do that. Let's cut.
How could you
employees.
do that though for something like this? Just
There
less people.
there are a ton of actors in this, and a ton of performers.
No
going
more
around the comedy.
walk-arounds. No more stage show.
Yeah, maybe like one less stage show. I don't know. I could see them also being like, okay, guys, we need to get the Ghostbusters in here, or we need to get I don't know, Stranger Things. Like we need to get a big.
Well, I think Stranger
name.
Things has already stretched its, but like Beetlejuice or something, like something.
Yeah, Squid Game or something like that. I could see them really having to be like, we got to get some big names in here. But
Well, and that's the problem too, is because they have really kind of latched themselves for horror nights onto these kind of properties, and it works out because Netflix is like, we're not doing a horror nights. Netflix is doing like themed entertainment, like experience areas, and so kind of an area of IP collection that Universal's kind of used to vying for. I mean, something else I was just thinking about, and I checked up, and I think it's still happening, is Paramount's planning their Top Gun immersive experience in Vegas. Like, there's still these, so, not that they messed with Paramount, but just the idea, and that was pre-merger, so God knows what's happening there. But I feel like Universal is going to kind of recognize, we have Blumhouse and Classic, and all of a sudden these people that like to play with us don't want to play in Vegas with us because they're doing their own thing.
Well, I'm just curious, like, how many people are really out there that are just the party dudes or party ladies that are going to go to Vegas, drink before they get there, get a couple drinks when they get inside, stumble through the mazes, not care about literally anything I just said at all.
Yeah.
And just be like, what a great time that was.
Well, you know what? Actually, it's interesting. I think it will go hand in hand with who's in town. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's really what it boils down to. When the horror show's in town, bet it's going to be packed. When Ghost is playing at the Sphere, it's going to be packed. Or it's just going to be the kind of thing that's just like
the Patrick Swayze movie.
No. The really cool.
He's really
rock
molding
band.
that clay. Like it's huge up there.
But yeah, like Omega Mart is so well established and gets so busy. It's so popular, and it's like, but then it's $40-something to get in there, and it's like, are you gonna go spend another $70 to $90 to go into the horror thing? I don't know.
Does it? Well, that's a great question. Does this become a thing where there's some sort of pass where you get to do everything? For a specific number, which
that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's a day. That becomes a day park, opposed to what this is, which is like a couple hours. Oh, interesting. Cool.
Well, I appreciate that it wasn't just you weren't just crapping on it nonstop. You had some. You did enjoy parts of it. You appreciated a lot of the artistry and the tech that went into it. It just felt like that. Once again, operations seems to be the thing that is just confusing because of it's not new. It's not something that it's like not new. It's not new for them. That's the part that's the most confusing to me. It's just the operations is just this isn't their first rodeo.
Yeah,
this is like their 100th rodeo.
Well, and I would say this because I was fortunate enough to speak to and go to a panel when I was at the TEA conference about Horrors Unleashed, and as much as we kind of see it from the forefront as being pretty similar to HHN, from the back end it's really, really different. Like the union contracts with people and like the working with the restaurant sort of establishment, and it's Vegas is its own beast itself. And I wonder if getting better knowledge and understanding of the operating in Vegas period will help over time, but we'll see, I suppose.
And parking is free.
Well,
so
I'm not booking a Vegas trip anytime soon. I'll say that. So they don't have my dollars yet.
No, bring back Star Trek: The Experience, Paramount.
Oh,
then we'll talk.
That was a hell of an experience.
So cool.
FanFest, baby, they did it.
No, they didn't.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, they tried.
At the end of every episode, we like to talk about some fun stuff we're doing. I'm going to the Oogie Boogie Bash with like 7 costumes, so I'm pretty excited to interact and have a good time. I know I can't wear a mask, but I'm going to bring a giant Phineas and Ferb mask to like give Dupe and Schmertz a hard time. I'm going to dress up like Lewis and talk to the Shadow Man. I'm going to wear this Lotso onesie. I have a Tamatoa outfit that is huge. It's this massive silhouette, like with a bunch of arms and shiny back. Yeah. I'm pretty hyped. I'm taking some of my premiere Halloween costumes.
Does Disney security look at you and just kind of go, "Oh Lord, he coming"? Like here, just
no. I'm
backpack.
Quite honestly, it's like the D23 costume contest at Oogie Boogie some nights. People bring some insane crap.
Yeah, they're used to it.
I'm pretty tame. I'm just wearing officially licensed costumes that Disney approved. So you can't wear that officially licensed Disney costume that we approved.
Guy, were you just saying you just were at Bash?
Yeah, I went to the first one last night. Yeah.
Great. How was it?
Yeah, it was.
Is that what you want to have for your fun thing that you were doing? Choose wisely, guy.
Oh wow. No, but yeah, it's they're on cruise control with Oogie Boogie Bash at this point.
Yeah.
They only had one new villain this year, which was Syndrome. And, he looks cool, I guess. They brought back Maleficent, and that's fun. And that parade
they cut Madame Mim.
Cut Madame Mim. Cut Bruno. That's the only one they cut. But yeah, the Ernesto de la Cruz is still showstopper. Looks amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like Hades is pretty great with that special effects makeup. They really leaned into the special effects makeup, and I was hoping to see something crazy this year with new. But you know,
Mother Goth looks too hot. She's too young and hot. Every time I see a Mother Gothel, I'm like, who is this young hot
She's
lady?
absorbing the goo
true.
What's her face?
Rapunzel?
Like
Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore's goo.
Yeah, like the substance.
She was sucking Mandy Moore's goo, and then she cut Mandy Moore's hair, and then Mandy Moore went to the wedding at Arendelle. You can see her. She's in the background.
It's true.
It's facts and science.
Good lore.
Nathan, what are you doing for fun? Actually, I love this. I do this all the time.
This thing?
Yep.
I am shocked I'm not getting shit on for this one.
I I love it. I'm an old man in the same way.
So I think I love YouTube. And I find generally on YouTube there'll be here's a guy for some reason in his car telling me the long history of Pepsi. I'm great, awesome, love it. But sometimes you just want like true, really paid for broadcast journalism. And
I would argue that YouTube wouldn't exist if this thing wasn't what it is. Quite honestly.
And what I'm talking about is subscribing, not watching live. I have never done that, but subscribing on YouTube to CBS News Sunday morning, because they'll have just a nice interview with like Adam Scott that goes for 8 minutes, and it's well crafted. It's just like, oh, and here's Ben Mankiewicz to talk about like the Sphere and Wizard of Oz, and you're just like, wow, what a nice, well crafted like a journalistic look at a thing. And it's Sunday morning, so it's generally not bummery stuff, which is nice. That's for the rest of the week and for the evening.
Sometimes they love their cry pieces.
They do for sure.
And so it's interesting. It's interesting you see you like watching clips, because I have always viewed it, and I think that they maybe introduced it once.
It's a news magazine.
As a video magazine, technically.
Yep.
It's
like
video,
60 minutes. Yeah.
Because video essays are a thing. They're essays, but video essays in the form of a magazine. And what I like about watching it live is that the producer that week is usually running at least 2 new pieces, but then curating other pieces from the archive of their magazine to make a new episode. And I just love seeing what's been curated for the week to go along with whatever lead story they're telling.
Yeah, the rewind stuff is fun.
It's all fun.
The other thing that's great about CBS Sunday Morning, which is, I love that I'm talking about CBS Sunday Morning, but the other thing I love is, like in the show, they'll have like at the end, they'll be like, and here's a video of swans on a lake. And then like, and they'll just put that online, and there's just like, here's 30 seconds of swans on a lake from CBS.
It's the best. It's Koyaanisqatsi, baby.
Yeah, it's great. And so if you're just looking for sort of like, it's tough times out there, folks, And so if you're just looking for a little nice, not trying to be but like, it's not trying to be buzzworthy. It's not trying to be clickbait. It as a lot of YouTube can be. It's like, no, we make these things at a professional level, and it goes out, and here it is. And so CBS Sunday Morning on YouTube. That's my thing. Guy, what you got?
Well, so I just got back from a couple weeks in Norway and in London. I saw Oasis perform.
Dang.
And then I almost immediately went to Florida and went to Epic Universe for the first time.
Guy, let me ask you a question. I hate to do this to you,
but
were you at the Oasis concert where someone got murdered?
Well, did he get murdered? I know somebody fell and died at the.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what.
Yeah. No, we were at that show. Yeah.
Oh,
we were unaware of this until afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
So yeah, now I am home and I'm not doing any more traveling until Thanksgiving. So the price of Super Nintendo games have come down. So I got me one of my favorite games ever, Super Metroid. Finally got a real copy of it. This is the Japanese copy, but it has English text.
Famicom.
Yes, you can't see, but right here next to my computer monitor is my classic old school CRT monitor, the big tube and everything. And got my
big tubes.
Got my Super Nintendo hooked up, and I'm.
It's the only way to play it. Those sprites look so much better on tubes.
Yeah, it's
also crazy to me that in this day and age I can't change my 4K OLED TV to tube vision.
You know what you can do on emulation? You can basically filter into tube world.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Don't get me wrong.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward this weekend to just playing through Super Metroid, one of the best games ever made.
That's true.
Guy's gonna be gooning Metroid.
Don't
24/7.
We almost made it a whole episode. He's gonna
Hey, whenever I play Super Smash Brothers, I do pick Zero Suit Samus. So
yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Did you ever get the bonus ending in the GameCube game where she gets naked? That was the infamous thing on Game Informer magazine. I remember. It's like, oh, if you beat, it's just like, guys, you're all sad.
No, when we were that age, we were like, oh, that's awesome. Cool.
Girls being the lead of a video game broke some boys' brains.
Really did.
For a minute, so.
Yeah, now they run the government. Well, that's that.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Samus, for ruining America with your blonde hair and your hips, your Metroid hips.
Yep.
Why'd you make us lust after you?
Also,
it's your fault.
Here's my final thought: which came first? Is Samus Sonic's mom, or did Sonic? Is Sonic Samus's dad?
Are you talking because she can go into a ball?
They both had the same ability.
Well, Samus is way before Sonic.
So Samus is Sonic's mom.
Storyline. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I need to know canonically who gave birth to who. Because
I think Samus, look,
and
every generation.
Or are they the mom and dad of armadillos?
No.
I just am confused as to what's going on.
Every generation that comes after is better than the generation that they came before, right? That's our hope as a society. And what we know is that Sega does what Nintendo don't. So with that knowledge, we know Sonic has got to be the offspring of Samus. He's better. So
just end the podcast.
Go ahead.
Just end it. Just end it.
It's done now.
This has been a production of 710 Media.